And we're live on YouTube. Welcome to Love and Money Secrets TV. And I'm so excited today because we have my co-host, Carol Moulton from Yelm, Washington, and Jan Shia, who is going to share with us from Washington her story of body and mind transformation since she started wearing these stem cell activation patches. Jan, thank you for tuning in today.
Sure. Thanks for inviting me.
You're quite welcome. So, Jan, so tell us, when you first heard about the patches from Carol and Annie, what were the things that were going on with you that motivated you to want to get started on stem cell activation patches?
Well, Annie and Carol have been talking just wonderful things about them, and I'm thinking, yeah, okay, I've done a lot of different things that didn't really go very far, and I'm a senior citizen now. I'm starting to think about, oh my God, I'm retired. It's like, now what do I do? And I thought, I should pay maybe more attention to my health. And then Annie and Carol were talking about all the things that were so wonderful that they didn't know the body was needing some help. But once they started the patches, they began to think, oh, that little itch or that little in my shoulder or whatever it might be, it was suddenly going away. And I thought, ooh, now this is interesting. So that's why I decided I would try it out. Well, I'll just give it a try and let's see how that goes. It's gone very well since then.
So that's very exciting. So you started, you actually started in January 9th, which
Hmm.
was the day after my son's birthday, which is why I remember it. And so
Oh,
you,
okay.
it's just been 6 months. It's
Yes.
going to be 7 months actually next week because today's the July 3rd, right? And
Yes.
so, what are some of the things, the more significant things that you've noticed? Did you have pain anywhere in your body when you started on the patches?
I was having some challenges with my right knee, but that was not really the problem necessarily because it kind of comes and goes. It's like a trick knee. I think you've probably heard of people say, "I got this trick knee.
Mhm.
Everything's going great," and all of a sudden it just gives out on me, and I'm like, "Okay." And so what I decided, let's just try it. And about 2 months in, I thought, I feel better. I feel more like I'm more spry, and I thought, well, so I was looking in the mirror, which I did not have at the house where I was living at that time in the basement. But I thought, well, let me just look down and under my left clavicle about 9 years ago, I woke up and had somehow scratched myself a deep scratch in that location, and it oozed out like uh, clear liquid. It kept doing that, and it went on and on and on and on, and now and then a teeny bit of blood. And so I've been to doctors. I've had different people have different ideas. I've done lotions and ointments and all that. It did never clear up, and so I just went on about my life. And 9 years later, I was taking a shower or whatever, and I looked down and I thought, oh, that red spot that was looked bright red all these 9 years, it was gone. And I'm thinking, wow. And I was like, I'm impressed because I just given up on it. It's just like, you know what, this is just what you're going to wear the rest of your life or whatever it's going to do. So that was real exciting for me and made me realize what else can I have healed up. So the other thing was last summer I had just moved to a basement where I was living until Sunday. I just moved out. Um, I had been stung a bit by a tick. I happenstance to look down where my right leg, and my stomach area, where the leg bends, right there,
Mhm.
and I saw a tick burrowing into my leg. And I'm thinking, you're kidding. I decided to take a bath. I haven't taken a bath in years. I just felt kind of off because the bite was one day, and the very next day is when I discovered it. And the tick was kicking around, trying to burrow further, and I grabbed it. I've grabbed a lot of ticks from dogs through the years, and I grabbed hold of it and kept pulling and used uh, the tweezers. I have different sizes of tweezers, of doing other craft things, and finally got its body out and used my fingernail, my thumb, and smashed it, but still had it looks to me 2 or 3 legs that were still in there. And I, futzed around there trying to figure how can I get those legs out. And I thought, you know what? You're just going to have them fall out at some point. So that's been going on. And of course, I went to a doctor immediately and found out, well, like within a time, they couldn't fit me in. So the very next day they said, be your first thing. And I did. And they looked at it and said, I'm glad you got it there. You need to get it out of your body within 24 hours, or you're going to have problems with the side effects of having ticks. So I thought, okay. And so anyway, it's been slowly, the hole is beginning to fill in, and then made it all the way to the surface level, and everything went fine. It had that dark anger, reddish gray, where an older injury shows. And I just, after I thought with my shoulder, I thought, whoa, or clavicle area, I thought, wow, let me see. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's just disappearing. It was still a little angry red, but since I've been on the patches, I didn't put a patch there. It's kind of an awkward place to put it. You're trying to sit down, and it's been, and it's just a shadow of it, just barely. I thought it was over here. Wait, no, it's an inch over. I can still see the shadow, but that wasn't the angry red and the dark. I get so dark color, and you can immediately see it, and so it's gone.
Just like that, it's gone. Wow. So your body has really been repairing itself from these different things, from that tick bite, and then from that weeping cut that you had in your clavicle. That's 9 years of having something weeping and oozing. That's a very bothersome thing, irritation to have. So I'm so glad that you no longer have to suffer with that, because your body's repaired and restored it.
Yes, me too. I was real impressed. I thought, well, I do take pretty good care of myself. Maybe that's it. And I thought, I don't know, 9 years, you're not always taking care of yourself like you should. In 9 years' time, I'm sure there were other things. And I thought, just leave it alone. And sure enough, it has been gone.
Wow.
I'm glad. Well, it's not only, it looked icky, but, it was close enough. I thought, what am I going to do in the summer? Each time it's going to show. Or I work with students, and I'm in all kinds of positions because I'm working with them on the floor because they're severely, profoundly involved or whatever. And it's like, make sure you're not letting them see your neck like they're going to, I just didn't, my modesty is there. But it just went away. I was just stunned. A lot of places, actually. Yeah.
I love that, Jan. So that's wonderful. So I'm so glad that you're having those kind of results. For someone who's taking a look at the patches for the first time, they're watching this video on YouTube, maybe a friend sent it to them, maybe they just came across it because YouTube suggested. Is there any piece of advice that you have about the patches that perhaps you wish you would have known when you first heard about the patches?
Let's see. I think I don't know if I needed to give them more time, but I just put them on and then went on about my business. I check them the first 2 or 3 times of putting them on, and I'd skip times because I forgot, and I'm trying to get the hang of this. And then I thought, well, I feel pretty dang good, and so I'd stop for a few days, and that was my launching, like from January, like you said. And then around when I saw that place on my shoulder and that tick, that was it. I was like every day. I hardly miss any days. And like I said, when I talked to you on the phone, I forgot and went straight to bed, and they've been on for 24 hours because I fell asleep and didn't wake up next. Yeah, it happens. So
it happens, no big deal.
But otherwise, I believe in it. It works. I don't know what else the body will show me, but that's what we're working. Whatever it is, show me what else needs to be fixed. Let's do it.
Show me what else needs to be fixed. Dr. Stacy also always says, and I love when she says this, she goes, keep patching till you get your miracle, because sometimes there are things that need repair in your body, and it's like, oh, it's not fixed yet. It's like, okay, maybe it's improving, but it's not fixed yet. Just keep patching, because no one is so special that your stem cells don't work. Because that's the building block. That's what made you. That's, from conception, those were the building blocks that formed you in your mother's womb and is responsible for you being here to this very day. It's just that you have 33% of them, that the moment you put your patch on, 33% more are turned on to do this rapid repair. So keep patching until you get your miracle. And so that's very exciting. As we sit here, I still have my new little hair that now they look like bangs. I kind of blended in here because for a while, remember, Carol, they were sticking up. So now it's long enough where it's kind of like going down on my bangs, but I still 2 years into wearing the patches and I still have new things that I'm finding and discovering. And I still am getting more hair that's growing in, which is always exciting because as girls, we always want thick,
Oh,
full,
yeah.
soft and silky
Yeah.
hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
When I didn't even know what needed to be fixed. I thought, well, just
sometimes,
wear them, just do it, And I thought, well, they keep, and Annie will drive a person nuts because she keeps saying, did you put your patch on? Oh, you got it on all right? Did you do it right? I mean, oh my gosh. And I thought, all right, Annie, all right, all right, all right. And I thought, just try it, Jan. And I didn't have any goal other than to see if I feel different or things, that's all. Didn't occur to me that would be something I would see, like I said, with the two spots. And it's just only after time went by and I just happened to look down, whoa, wait, whoa. It's been 9 months, 9 years and this thing's gone. And I quickly looked for the bite and I thought, they're both gone. That's what got me.
yeah.
I didn't know what I needed, but a lot of people know what they want, but I didn't know. I thought, well, you're doing all right, and more relaxed and not so
stressed.
Stressed. Oh my gosh. Now it's wonderful because I'm living where I want to live. I don't have to do
and you're
anything
sleeping
I don't
better.
Want to do. That it is improving. I'm still waking up in the middle of the night, but I think with time it will kind of get going and start working better.
So fantastic. Well, thank you for taking time to share with us your results about the before and after. And maybe in another, 6 months, we'll have you come back on, maybe on the anniversary of your having started the patches on January 9th of 2025. We'll have you back on. You're more than welcome to join us before then. But and if there's something that you learn or discover that you want to share with us, we'd love to hear about that. But I want to thank you for being open and sharing with us the results of your body and mind transformation. So it's always exciting for me to hear these new revelations. And 9 years is a long time to suffer with an open wound. So
no, it's like I don't know. Nobody had an answer, and it's just like, okay, it will go away when it goes away. Because sometimes my whatever I was wearing that day would, because I might layer clothes, because the Pacific Northwest can be cold and hot and all that stuff. And it's like, oh, it's kind of sticking to Like, I don't want this crust stuff on me and this sometimes liquid dripping. I don't want that there.
Yeah. So
I just threw up my arms and just, oh well, just let it go. It'll fix itself or it won't,
So your 9-year wait is over. Now that's a thing of your past, and now other things can be repaired in your body as you continue to wear these patches that regenerate, repair, and restore your body to a younger, healthier state. So my friends and gems, I want to thank you all for tuning in, tapping, and turning on to Love and Money Secrets TV. This is Jan Shia, who is shared from Washington, from Yelm, Washington with us, and my co-host, Carol Moulton. Thank you for tuning in. If you or somebody you know might want to learn more on how these stem cell activation patches can actually help you, these are cell activation patches. There's non-transdermal, non-invasive. There's no medicine that's being put into your body. This is just a little mechanical device that turns on. It's the on switch to turn on your previously dormant master smart cells. So just contact us. If Jan or Carol, or if somebody referred you to this video, get back to that person and they'll answer any questions that you might have. As always, you can always join my Telegram group where we have a support group for people who are wanting to learn a little bit more about the patches. For those of you who have already gotten started on the patches, I have a separate group that we provide a higher level of support and help and education to you all. So happy 4th of July, because today is the 3rd. And ciao for now, my friends and gems.
I'd love to have a copy of this right away. This is wonderful.
I will do. I will email it to you. Okay, Carol?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Great, Jan. Beautiful.
Okay. Oh, I'm so glad too. Yeah. Thanks for saying you got to do this. You got to try it at least, So.
Yeah, everybody's got to try. You know what? It's everybody benefits from this. I mean, I've had kids as young as 4 years old that have been on the patches. And so I just had a lady whose daughter was having terrible hip pain during her pregnancy. None of our studies have tested the effects of the patches on women who are pregnant. So these are not prescriptions. So this is just like you choose to take Tylenol or anything else that's over the counter. This doesn't require a prescription. And immediately her daughter experienced relief because she was having a lot of hip pain because of the size of the baby that she was carrying. And it's like, oh, how nice to see that she has relief. And now she doesn't have those higher cortisol levels while she's carrying this baby, so that the baby is, because, you know, if the mother's in pain, the baby can tell that the mother's in pain. And now she has relief. And it's non-invasive, non-toxic. It's all organic. It's just more of her is turned on to better equip her to handle this pregnancy. So that was very exciting for us to see that message from Jenny and her daughter. So, all right, my friends and gems. Ciao for now. Bye.
See you tonight.
Thank you.
Maybe
Happy
we'll see you
4th.
tonight. Get on
Yes.
tonight too, Jan.
7 p.m. We'll be back on.